Welcome to today's video. If you are a foodie like me, or you just enjoy finding new spots around town, then this one's for you. In this video, I'm gonna show you the newest restaurants to hit the Tucson scene, from upscale date night spots to casual taco joints, even a hidden tiki bar. And when you watch this entire video, I'm also gonna show you one restaurant that is unlike anything else in Tucson. Seriously, you're not gonna wanna miss it. Let's jump in. Hey, I'm Rich, and if this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything that there is to know about lifestyle, real estate, and new builds in Tucson, Arizona, and the surrounding areas, and you've landed on the right channel. Make sure you hit that subscribe button to stay tuned in and tap the bell for notifications so you can be the very first to learn everything that you want to know. All right, so Tucson's food scene has absolutely been exploding. Every week, I feel like we come in contact with more and more people that are moving here from out of state with just as much of an emphasis and curiosity on the community and the lifestyle and the food as they do the house that they're looking for. So for each restaurant, I'm also going to share a snapshot of what that real estate market is doing around that restaurant. I'll talk with you about the median sales price as well as months of housing inventory. Those two things will let you know which areas in Tucson are the fastest growing and the ones that have the most demand. All right, I am so excited to jump in because if you can't tell already, I'm super excited about food. My wife and I absolutely love going to check out new spots. Anytime we can with two kids, we love to get away when we can. Caveat for all you parents, doesn't happen as frequently as it used to, but it makes it even more special when we get a chance to go check out a new spot. So number one on the list is Tucson Wines. Now that's located in central Tucson, Broadway Boulevard and Country Club, as you can see here. And it's an upscale kind of modern wine tasting room, and it's got a big emphasis on California winemaking. It's clean, it's intimate, it's a perfect spot for a date night, kind of a chill atmosphere, and it's classy, quiet, great place for conversation. And their wine flights are amazing. It's a cozy spot to hang out. And I think in terms of a wine experience, it probably provides one of the best experiences that we've had. Now, in this area around Tucson is pretty much central Tucson. Now, central Tucson median sales price, we're looking at about $385,000. So one of the more affordable areas of Tucson, central Tucson. There are some pocket neighborhoods like Sam Hughes, which are higher in price. You've got El Encanto Estates, which is one of the most historic kind of mansion, old money mansions from way back in the day when Tucson was still a bunch of dirt roads. But you do have a lot of neighborhoods that are very affordable as well, sprinkled throughout the central Tucson area. So months of housing inventory, we're still in a shortage of inventory. Still, the data indicates that we're in a seller's market, which is a great thing for people looking and considering selling a home. Now is very much the time, because looking forward, we're definitely trending towards more of a buyer's market. So keep that in mind if you're in central Tucson. And honestly, we're going to see kind of a common theme as we go through each of these areas. Last thing I was going to mention is one of the big draws to this area is going to be central. You've got all of the amenities that you want. You've got the University of Arizona, downtown Tucson. You've got Randolph and Reed Park and the zoo here. And you've just got a plethora of so many things to do that accommodates all different ages and interests. All right, so next up we have Bourbon Bent. Now, this is a Southern comfort food focused area, kind of a dive bar meets gastro pub. Think bourbon, brick walls, and really chill vibes. Because this is located in Main Gate Square, right on University Boulevard, this is a great spot to enjoy a lively crowd, enjoy a game, get something fresh to drink, refreshing to drink, enjoy some food. Gotta try the chicken and waffles, steak And if you enjoy cocktails, they've got a great cocktail menu as well. This area here is really West University area. Median sales price here is about 375,000, right around 2 months of housing inventory. So again, still considered a seller's market, although we are trending towards a buyer's market. So timing can be really important. This is a very popular area for investors and parents buying for their students, all of the people and interest that the University of Arizona houses. So Bourbon Bent, great local spot right in Main Gate Square. And if you want to check that out, I'm sure you won't be disappointed. Number 3 is super, super cool. One of the coolest interiors of a bar restaurant that I've ever seen. And before we jump into the photos of that so you can see that, I just want to remind you, if you are a seller in Tucson or you have a home you're considering selling, stay up to date on how much equity you have with my free Equity Insight Report. You can grab the link in the description of this video, click on it. I will personally put my 15 years of real estate appraisal experience to work for you, where I personally calculate how much home equity you have and send that to you in an email report. So 100% free, just a handy tool, some free insight. Use me as a resource. And now let's talk about Kabali. Kabali is Northwest Tucson, Oracle and McGee area, as you can see here. And man, this Northwest Tucson has had a bunch of new spots pop up, and this is probably one of the most exciting. I'm actually going to pop into the photo here. They have this 3D interior image. Just wanted to kind of show you what it looks like, because check out this interior. So if you're looking for like tiki bar vibes, they absolutely knocked it out of the park. They've got the octopus coming up the middle of the bar. They've got this kind of old rustic wood ceiling. They've got this wraparound bar in the center. Just check this place out. They got this rock wall and these cool little Hawaiian paintings. I mean, isn't this place cool? They've got these big padded booths. They've got the totem poles. So this is a really, really cool, like tiki speakeasy. It's tucked away in the foothills area. You got tropical drinks, tiki mugs, island style apps, everything that you would want at a tiki bar. They have it here. It's super, super cool. Playful, kind of a mysterious vibe with all of the lights and the colors. So just a lot of fun, very immersive experience. And you got to try the spam sliders, wonton tacos, and to get the full tiki experience, you probably got to have a Mai Tai or something like that too. In this area, in this northwestern part of Tucson, Oracle and McGee area, median sales price about 470,000. That's shouldn't be a surprise for anyone paying attention to the Tucson market. The northwest part of Tucson has been one of the highest demand year over year. And so you would imagine that this median sales price is reflective of that increase in demand year over year. Months of housing inventory, this is trending a little bit closer to a buyer's market than some of the other markets. 2.5 months of inventory. 6 months would be indicated as a balanced market. That's kind of the tipping point, generally regarded as a tipping point of anything over 6 months is very clearly, from a data perspective, a buyer's market. Anything under 6 months is generally regarded as a seller's market or a shortage of inventory. So great area to look at, because if you're looking at selling this in the northwest side of town, definitely catching it now before we get closer to that 6 months of inventory. Much more of a buyer's market. It's going to be a huge advantage. Northwest Tucson is still very hot, especially near a lot of the custom homes. There's custom homes sprinkled throughout the whole northwest part of town, and especially in the foothills pockets up against the Santa Catalina Mountains here as well. All right, so next up, we've got El Rustico number 2. This is their second location. This is in South Tucson, and this is a casual taco joint. So if you're looking for something informal, casual, great lunch spot, they've got a casual taqueria, which is a place you can go get street tacos, some sides, some apps. They got bold flavors. The original spot has a cult following in Tucson. If you know the Tucson food scene and you like the tacos, kind of street food, Mexican street food, man, El Taco Rustico is one of the pillars for sure. New location continues to kind of give that demand some of that magic that they've been known for. Very authentic Mexican food feeling, and very casual, flavor forward dishes for sure. So you got to try the birria if you're not familiar with what birria is. Birria tacos. It's this meat that is soaked in this chili kind of blend that they cook the meat in. It's not super spicy, but it's packed with flavor. They give you these tacos with cheese and this special meat. And they usually give you a side of the dipping sauce, which is the sauce that the meat was cooked in. Ooh, so good. One of me and my wife's favorites for sure. And then try the crispy tipa as well. This South Tucson area has gone through quite a few changes. It's still one of the lowest price or one of the most affordable places in Tucson. At median sales price around $290,000. So to get something under $300,000 in Tucson, there's very limited areas. This is one area that is one of the more affordable, and you've got about 2 months of inventory. Again, still kind of trending towards a buyer's market, much like a lot of these markets are. That lower price point definitely brings in a lot of investor attention, and inventory tends to stay pretty low due to a stronger investor focus and demand in that area, because prices in a lot of other areas have continued to go up. This continuing to be an area where a lot of investors can essentially get into an investment at more of a price that makes sense for them. All right, next up is Kabul Corner. Now, this is located Fort Lowell and Campbell area. And this is generally central Tucson. It's actually run by Afghan refugees, which is kind of cool. This restaurant brings kind of a heartfelt authenticity, bunch of traditional dishes, Afghan dishes, and that culture as well. Very warm, community-based. You can see the interior of it here. No frills, very casual, and just a rich culinary experience into Afghan cuisine. I have not been here, but it's definitely one that I've got on my list to check out. Looks like a good little lunch spot. You can be in and out pretty quick. I have heard that the fresh naan bread is off the hook. So you definitely want to put this on if you like Middle Eastern food, Kabul Corner. It sounds like it's going to be a great spot to check out. I'm glad that we've got that. It's pretty close to everything in central Tucson as well. This area around it is just riddled with lots of vintage homes that were built in the 50s, 60s, 70s. Such cool neighborhoods sprinkled throughout here. I've lived in several of them over my life in Tucson as well. And I've done quite a bit. Man, I probably countless real estate appraisals in there, being a real estate appraiser myself, and helping people buy and sell homes. So I'm very familiar with a lot of these central Tucson neighborhoods. And one thing about central Tucson, which is, I don't know whether this is unique to Tucson or whether if you're from somewhere else and you have this factor as well, then let me know in the comments. But in central Tucson, it is such a diverse range of like neighborhood characteristics. And there's some neighborhoods that have everything that you want. There's super high demand, checks a lot of boxes for people. And there's other neighborhoods that are right next to it that don't get as much attention, don't have as much demand. It's very spotty. It's like if you look at central Tucson, there's probably 100 different submarkets, and each one you can get a wide range of demand and property characteristics, property upkeep. So if you are interested in central Tucson and you're looking to buy or sell, definitely who you hire matters. I've done thousands of real estate appraisals in central Tucson, and I know the diversity and those niches very, very well. So grab my contact information if you have any questions. Central Tucson's incredible. I live in central Tucson, and you definitely want somebody who has the know-how, a local who has the experience from a real estate perspective, but also from being a local as well, to give you some guidance. So area price in this area, about $385,000 for the median sales price. Inventory is just over 2 months. So again, still trending towards that buyer's market. As a seller, great opportunity to get it on the market now before you were to be closer to a buyer's market where we're going to start demand will start to be at a place where it's going to be a lot harder to get top dollar for your home when you sell it. So next up, we've got a fun spot in near downtown on 4th Avenue. If you're familiar with 4th Avenue, this 4th Avenue strip is riddled with all sorts of little vintage bars, shopping, quaint little shops. There's all sorts of stuff on 4th Avenue in terms of shopping, dining, live music. So very interesting, diverse area. And the Jewel Cafe and Juice Bar is new. It's an artistic juice bar that opened up. You got Healthy Bites there. It's kind of a hip vibe, hip energy. And it's a great place to post up, chill, work on some emails, read a book, just enjoy some juice after a workout, maybe something a little healthy. It's got a vibrant interior. Check out this interior so you can see. It's got some loud art. They've got some fresh herbs and stuff, some fresh veggies growing on the wall here in this cool little contraption. And so acai bowls, juices, creative toasts. This is not a spot that I've been to, but I definitely am interested in checking it out because this is kind of right up me and my wife's alley. So we'll probably be in there. Maybe we'll catch you in there as well. In this downtown 4th Avenue area, kind of a West University downtown mix, about $375,000 median sales price. And we're just under 2 months of inventory. So demand stays pretty high in this area because of all of the conveniences that are around it. And the university being part of it, downtown Tucson being another part of it, but you're also very close to I-10 and a lot of different hospitals as well. The other thing about this area that it is continued to be increase a lot of demand is the walkability. It's a very trendy district. There's a lot of places you can walk to. Airbnbs and short-term rentals tend to do pretty darn good in these areas as well. We actually have several homes we've sold to people right off of 4th Avenue. One of them is actually coming on the market soon. It's been an incredibly productive Airbnb. It's got 2 units. So you see properties like that come up from time to time. And when they do, they tend to get quite a bit of attention pretty quick. Let me know which of these restaurants seems to be perking your interest the best. Are you looking for more upscale? You like the tiki bar? You more of a taco person? Let me know in the comments because I can have a food conversation any day of the week at any time. And I'm just curious what vibe my audience has more of. Now, in this next one, we're going to jump just down the road, 4th Avenue. We were around here on that last one. We're going to jump just south to Bosqueria, which is, again, right in downtown Tucson. It's right in the heart of Tucson. And I think one of the things that people I think working with a lot of people that are moving from out of state, they don't really understand that we have a vibrant downtown now. That didn't used to be the case. Those of you that are watching this video that have been here for a while, 10, 15, it was probably like 15 years ago, downtown, there wasn't a whole lot down there. I mean, there was corporate offices and stuff, but there wasn't a whole lot of nightlife. We had the Fox Theater, Congress. There was like 3 to 4 spots. But other than that, nowadays, there's tons of restaurants. It is really an epicenter of nightlife activity, from having a drink, clubs, upscale restaurants. And so if that's your vibe, Bosqueria is right there. Tapas menu, tapas bar, bring in Spanish small plates in a small romantic setting, incredible date night spots, European vibes as well, kind of mixed in there. It's intimate, it's rustic, lots of shareable things, being a tapas focused menu. If you're not familiar with tapas, they're like Spanish appetizers. So usually they'll have a long list of tapas and you grab like 5 to 10, get to try a couple bites of each thing. Very shareable, just a fun way to eat. Grilled octopus, manchego, and sangria. Those are the 3 things you're going to want to remember when you go to Bosqueria. And it's very reminiscent of another one of my favorite restaurants, which was downtown, called Casa Vicente. Any of you Tucsonans who went there, Oh, it was one of my favorites, probably my favorite restaurant. Lots of live music, just Spanish influence throughout, very colorful. It was very loud. It was just very alive in there. And they had a huge tapas menu, like 4 pages of tapas. And so, enjoying that setting with my family. Every person orders 3 or 4 tapas, and everybody's kind of sharing and trying new things. Just a lot of fun. So Bosquetia, check that out, Central Tucson. And in this area, median sales price, we're in similar area, but we're talking Armory Park a little bit further south. That's one of the most historic downtown neighborhoods. Median sales price about 395,000, and we're right at 2 months of inventory. So still, it's got a great balance of accessibility because of I-10 and everything that downtown and Fourth Avenue has to offer. But homes tend to move quickly because of a lot of the conveniences and that urban lifestyle that so many people really, really like. All right, so we have 2 more. And just as a reminder, the last one is one you're definitely not going to want to miss. It's one of the most unique places in Tucson. There's really nothing else like it. That's coming up quick. We got one more before that called Copal. Copal Contemporary Mexican Kitchen. And this is located in kind of the eastern central area of Tucson, Craycroft and Broadway. And it actually used to be formerly the Dutch. I've eaten breakfast at the Dutch, recognized the building, haven't been there, but again, it's something on my list. Spoke to a couple people that have been there, and it's pretty amazing. Check out some of the dishes that they have here. Here's a picture of their steak. You've got these awesome like shrimp, it's like shrimp ceviche. Check out the interior with the neon lights behind the bar, above the bar. So just a really fun atmosphere. Copal, it's a Day of the Dead inspired restaurant. So they have super bold decor on the inside, kind of an upscale Mexican cuisine. It's colorful, it's festive, it's very artistic. You can see kind of the Day of the Dead lights here, the neon light. So definitely, if you're a tequila fan, they've got great mezcal flights. I'm not personally a mezcal fan, but for everyone that enjoys that, I'm sure that's going to be an incredible thing. Maybe margaritas, I'm sure, are probably going to be pretty good here. And they've got some awesome Mexican dishes as well that you're going to want to check out. They look amazing. Median sales price in this area is going to be about 310,000. You do have a lot of historic older homes sprinkled throughout these neighborhoods, 1960s, 70s, many of which have been updated. Average sale or median sales price for these are about 310,000, and we're again right at 2 months of inventory. So we're still trending towards that buyer's market, but inventory is low, and this is a pretty affordable area when you look at the general median sales price, close to 400,000 in Tucson, being around 310,000. This is definitely a great affordable area to consider. If you're a seller in this area, this is coming into summertime in these areas. Those tend to be great times to catch a plethora of different buyer demographics. So keep that in mind. And for you sellers who are interested or considering a move in the next, say, 3 to 6 months, grab my market equity report. It's a free insight report. It's personally ran by me with all of my 15 plus years as a real estate appraiser. And I'll have a couple questions in there that I can use to then calculate exactly what your equity is, net dollar figure at the end of the day. So you can kind of track that net worth in if and when and how you needed to make a decision on whether it was appropriate to sell or not. Now, before we wrap up and get to the very last one, which I'm super excited about, let me know in the comments, which of these are your favorite? We've gone through a bunch of different options, a bunch of different types of cuisines and different experiences. And I want to hear from you. Drop it in the comment. Which of these seems the most intriguing? And maybe you've been to some of these. There's several of these that I haven't yet been to that I definitely want to check out. So let me know if these are the ones you've been to, what your experience was, and also if maybe there's a new one that you've been to that isn't on this list that you would highly recommend for sure. I would love to check that out. Also, if you don't know, my family's been in Tucson for over 150 years. I've been a real estate professional for the last 15 years, both as a real estate agent and a real estate appraiser. And in that time, I've helped over 2,000 people buy or sell a home. So if you're in need of a local expert in real estate, grab my contact information down below in the description. I'll put it on screen as well for ease. You can jot it down, take a picture. If you're planning on any type of real estate purchase or sale in the next 12 months, let's get connected. I can happy to be a resource for you and can kind of help assist you through that process. Now, remember, I told you this spot is unlike anything else in Tucson, and that is Casa Madre. Now, this place is pretty cool because it has a Himalayan salt wall built in right here. You can see it in the picture. We don't have anything like this in Tucson. They've got it backlit, the old kind of infrastructure of the building. This setting is super, super unique. It's an upscale restaurant that features Tucson's very first Himalayan salt wall. They've got a small curated menu and kind of an upscale luxury feel. It's elegant. It's got that exclusive type of feel when you're dining there. And, they've got seasonal cocktails and chef crafted dinners. Here's a picture of one of their dishes right here. Just a ton of flavor. And this is definitely a place that would be a great date night spot. I don't know whether they're open for lunch or not. Let me see. I haven't been there for lunch. No, there's a look at their menu. You can kind of see like a lot of thought gone into this menu. Very, very focused. Let's see. No, it looks like it's just a dinner spot. So definitely a great date night spot, dinner spots, a lot of fun, a lot of flavor. And this is located just south of downtown, 5 Points Market, which is one of my favorite my favorite restaurants for breakfast. They've got a great little market there as well. This is kind of a staple in Tucson. Not to get distracted from Casa Madre. Casa Madre is located right here near 5 Points Market. Armory Park, which we were talking about, is right here. And some of these old historic neighborhoods, Barrio Viejo, Armory Park, Barrio Santa Rosa. So these are some of the oldest historic neighborhoods in Tucson here. Median sales price about $420,000 in this downtown area. You've got about 2 months of inventory, so very much on par with the type of inventory that we're seeing in a lot of these areas. And downtown demand has remained strong, especially for renovated homes. And homes that they renovated and preserved a lot of the character, because occasionally we'll see these homes remodeled and they pretty much take away all of the character that was in that home. So definitely the homes that are remodeled and they preserve that type of vintage look, those are definitely the ones that seem to get the best attention. There you go. You have all of the newest restaurants in Tucson to check out. Let me know in the comments what you think, which ones are the most exciting to you, and do me a huge favor, hit that thumbs up if you thought this video was entertaining and enjoyed it. That helps me out, helps me know that the videos that we're piecing together and putting our time and effort into, you are enjoying. And as a reminder, if you're looking to buy or sell a home in the next 12 months, feel free to drop me a line. Grab my contact information out of the description. I'll put it on screen one last time here. And until next time, I hope to see you around the neighborhood.